Hi, I'm Natasha. We're gonna make chocolate dipped strawberry meringues right now, and I'm very excited about this for a number of reasons. One being that, as I said earlier in the week, meringue is one of my very favorite things to make in the world because it's so beautiful and really satisfying, and it creates this real sort of glossy, soft, lovely texture. I also, for some reason, really like stiff peaks in an egg. It makes me very happy. So anyway, we're gonna do that. We're gonna use this incredible strawberry powder to make them bright pink and really flavorful. And then we're gonna dip them in this extremely beautiful and fancy chocolate from the chocolatier where I live, Exoco, which we'll talk more about in a minute. I'm gonna do the egg whipping in a time lapse, so you can watch it kind of come together a little bit. There's gonna be 3 egg whites, a cup of sugar, some cornstarch, some cream of tartar, and then at the very end I'll include the strawberry powder. So you'll watch it really fast because I'm super fancy and I can do time lapse, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how to pipe them. Okay, ready? Time lapse. Okay, quick interlude to add that people say that you can't have any fat whatsoever in your egg whites or they won't whip. This is not entirely true. You can have a tiny bit of fat in your egg whites. It will be okay. They will whip. They won't be quite as effective as if you have 0 fat, but having like a little bit of fat, or if you have like a little bit of grease in your bowl from something else, like it's not ideal. Try not to do that. But if you do, like, no one's gonna die, everything's gonna be fine. The other thing I want to add that's hilarious is that how my like idiot savant / regular idiot brain works is that I can never remember what side of the egg is gonna come out when I separate the yolks and eggs. So I just screwed it up just now. I went to separate the eggs and the white came out instead of the yolk, so I'm like standing there holding an egg yolk being like, shit, I didn't get a bowl to put this in. So anyway, I bring that up about the egg yolk in the whites because, as you can see, I got a little bit in there. I'm gonna scoop it out, but if there's a little bit remaining, a tiny bit, like, I think it's gonna be okay. But let's find out. Hi, we're back. Was that super fun? Was the funnest part that I dropped the measuring spoon into the thing when it was going on high? Yeah, I know. It was fun. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna pipe the meringue into like little kisses onto the baking sheet. So I don't know if you know this. Ignore me if you already know this, but when you wanna put something in a piping bag, put it in a cup like this, and then fold over the edges, and it makes it a lot easier to get it in without making a big mess. That's my pro tip for you. So I have the meringue here. The color of this product sort of develops over time, which is weird. I'm not sure why it does that because it's not food coloring, but I used this same product, the passion fruit one, and it was so beautiful. Anyway, it was quite a mild yellow at first, and then after like about 20 minutes or half an hour, it sort of darkened up, which I thought was sort of interesting. So I think this is going to darken up a bit. It's probably a little bit hard to see on the camera, but it has beautiful little tiny pink flecks all throughout, and it's really nice. So that is going to be lovely. I think the flavor is going to be really good. Okay, so now we're going to, super fancy, we're going to turn that over like that, hopefully without making too much of a mess. And I'm going to have to do 2 rounds of this because all of the meringue didn't fit in there. I'm going to squish it down. Oh, but I need to cut the hole at the end first. That's a lesson in physics. Okay, we're going to go with this. Cut off like, I don't think that's gonna be enough. I'm gonna cut off like maybe a 1.5 centimeter hole. I'm not bothering with a piping tip. Doesn't matter. This is not sort of firm enough to really, a piping tip wouldn't make a difference. Okay, so now we're gonna move this back a little bit so you can see a little bit better. I'm gonna just make little sort of kiss shapes. Like that. Very nice. Do it a little bit flatter on my parchment there. There we go, okay. So I'm making these for a woman who helped me with something this week. My business partner and very dear friend has a sister who is a paralegal, and I'm telling you, God bless paralegals. Every single paralegal I've ever met has been so sharp and so smart and fast. They're like the hawks of the professional world. These women are unbelievable. Also, have you ever noticed that paralegals are always very beautiful? Like, if you're a single man, find yourself a paralegal and like try to impress her. These like extremely smart and often very beautiful women are just like adding so much value to the world. So anyway, my friend Hazel, her sister, the paralegal, I wrote a legal document and we asked her to review it, and she was like, I'm out of my depth with legal documents. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of know, but, you know, writing them from scratch is like a whole other thing. And she was like, great job, Natasha. And, like, here's my 10 pages of notes. And she was just so helpful. And so I was very grateful for her assistance. And she would not accept money, even though she added so much value for us. And so that's why we're making her meringues. Go bring her to her in a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna do a second sheet of these, but so far they look fantastic. Can you see? Ooh, very nice. And then after they're baked, they're gonna get dipped in chocolate and it's gonna be amazing. Okay, going in the oven, they're gonna go in the oven. So I put the oven to 275, but I'm gonna open it and then it's gonna lower by about 25 degrees. What I want is for the oven to be 250. So I set it to 275. I'm gonna open it, it's gonna lose that heat. I'm gonna turn it down to 250. And then that's where it's gonna stay for about 2.5 hours, something like that. So we're gonna do that, and I'll come back in a bit and we're gonna do the chocolate dip part. So, okay, see you in a bit. Hi, I'm back. These things were in the oven for just over 2 hours, and they're very nice. They're beautifully shaped. Color is good, a nice kind of golden color. Definitely not as dark as I thought they were gonna be, as bright pink. The color didn't really develop, but they are still a nice pale pink. If I was gonna do it again, I would probably add a little bit of food coloring to it, just to really make sure it gets that kind of strawberry signal being sent when you're eating it, in addition to the flavor, which is very strawberry heavy, which is good. I know this because one fell over in the oven and I ate it. So it's really bright and beautiful. So the kind of acidity of the strawberry is going to be really nice with this creamy milk chocolate. As I said, this is from Exoco in Squamish, BC. It's lovely. I'll link it in the post here. So what I did is I melted it on a double boiler. Sometimes I just put it in the microwave, but this chocolate is so beautiful that I just couldn't bring myself to put it in the microwave, so I didn't. But you probably could. You probably know that chocolate burns really easily, so you never want to cook it just on the stove top. You want to do it double boiler or microwave in kind of short bursts, 15 seconds at a time. This is peppermint extract. I'm going to add just a little bit of that, just to kind of increase the complexity of the flavor of the finished product, and also then it gives me an excuse to garnish it with mint leaves, which will be very nice. Okay, so mixing that in there. Ooh, that peppermint smell is amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna dip the tops into the chocolate, and then I'm gonna set them back down, and then after they're all done, they're gonna go in the fridge to set for like a little bit before I leave to deliver them. I have to find a box to put them in. I don't have a box. all my boxes are cake boxes, because usually when I deliver things, it's a cake. Okay, so that looks like that. It's good. You don't need the whole thing dipped because you want to kind of have that 2-layer contrast. So I'm just putting kind of the tops in, rotating slightly, and then I'm gonna put them back down. There we go. Okay, so I am going to turn off this video now because it's getting quite long, but I will show you a picture of everything when they're all firmed up and garnished. Oh, but wait, there's more. The one last thing I wanted to do to them, and I'll just do to these ones that I've dipped already, just so you can see, is I have a little bit of gold leaf here, and I'm gonna just shake a little bit of gold leaf on there while the chocolate is still soft so that it kind of sticks. So that's right, that's what we're gonna do, and then it's gonna have a nice kind of low-key glimmer to it. So very nice. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I know this was kind of a long one. Hopefully it was fun. Hopefully you make these at home. I'm gonna put the recipe up on the blog. I never plug this because I'm not very good at plugs, but I do have a YouTube channel that I haven't promoted at all. So if you are interested in YouTube, if you like videos and things, then you can find me on YouTube at Infinitely Adaptable Cooking is the channel. So find it, subscribe, likes, all the things. Okay, thanks, bye.